Good morning. So this week we are going to start using sensors for our robots. So I have a pretty awesome robot here. And now sensors will let the robot move around and kind of give it a little bit of intuition. So if it detects something in its way, how you program it of course, it will move around. And today we're going to be using the touch sensor. And the touch sensor is this one right here. That's the touch. So if it hits you, it will do something. But before we even do that, I want to talk to you a little bit about kind of understanding this whole robotics course. So I saw last week some of you struggling a little bit, and also some of you excelling with robotics, and that's excellent to see some students excelling. And I also saw some students being quite innovative in how to complete the challenges, so it was good. But before you even look at the challenge, before you even program the challenge, it's good to write down on a piece of paper what's happening. So what on earth is happening? So last week, let me just bring this over here. Last week, our robot started at the start line, went here to the square, then had to turn and went to another square, turn, back into the square, turn, and back to the end or finish line. Alright. So it was a challenging task, and what you needed to do was break it down. As I have said before in the past, robots are dumb. Alright, they're just stupid little machines that will do what you want. Alright, you could become a robot overlord or whatever. So let's write this down. Number one, robot move forward. That's one step. That's one process. Move forward until it hits the first square. Now next step, it was turning, wasn't it? Had to turn about 45-degree angle, give or take, turn 45 degrees. What's next? Then go forward to square. You can do it different ways, but we need to break it down. That's the thing with this, is we need to put it into a language that this robot will understand. We can't just go, you can't say, hey Siri, complete Mr. Weber's task for me, and then just play games the whole class. No, that's not how it works. You need to do work, you need to learn how to do this stuff. So turn 45 degrees and then we would go forward. Go forward. Next step is we would do, once we hit the second square, we want to do it 180 degree essentially, to get back into that other square. So then turn 180 degrees. Yeah, 180, yep. 180 degrees and then 5 go forward. And then probably a slight angle, 45 degrees again, and then 7 go straight, go forward. So that's what my algorithm, this process was doing. Oh, if you can see that, that beautiful pink pen. That's what you needed to do. That's what should have been done. All right, just to understand, to break it down, keep it simple. So now I can go into Mindstorms, very patiently of course, and now I can look up, robot needs to move forward. So where's the steering wheel? This one here is the steering wheel. It's 2 ports, so that means 2 motors, it will go straight forward. Turn 45 degrees. Okay, I can use the large motor, and I'll use B because it's either B or C, and I'll make it 0.5, that's roughly 45 degrees. Next step is go forward again. So this is what we've done, is we've broken down the task logically to ensure that the robot can do it all. What we have just created is an algorithm. An algorithm is a series of steps to complete a task. It doesn't matter if it's programming, like getting a website to change animations, which we might do maybe next term, depends on what happens anyways. Or a robot just moving forward and backwards. This is all part of an algorithm. Alright, it's just simply a a sequence of tasks that need to be completed in order to do something. That's all it is. Alright, so now let's continue. Use the touch sensor to stop the robot going forward, is the first challenge. Then use the touch sensor to reverse the robot, next challenge. And then use the touch sensor in a continuous loop. So use this touch sensor to stop the robot going forward. I'm only going to show you the first one, because I'm not very nice. Where am I? Okay, so what we can do is we can click on this one here, and it's on for a number of rotations. Forget about that. We don't care how many rotations it's on. We want it to be on forever. Now it's not going to stop until there's the suspense until, whoa, we get this. So it's an orange one. If you don't know what I've just done, orange, and it's got a little sand clock there. Until what? Oh wow, we can change all this stuff. So we've got touch sensor here, and we can compare state. So if the state has gone from pressed, is that the right one? Yeah. So if it's changed state, if it's pressed or being pressed or bumped, it will stop. It should automatically stop there, but it may not. So I'm just going to make sure, and we're just going to grab another one and go off. So to break that down really quickly, how to use that, and before you really get bored, here is a loop. That's the loop one for challenge 3. I'm not going to tell you any more about that. I want to see you try. If you don't know, you got the internet, and you also got an awesome teacher. Now, next step. So we've got robot go forward. So the robot, we're breaking this down. It's an algorithm. We're going to create a very basic algorithm. Robot go forward. Oh, I can't even spell forward. Need a coffee. Number 2, if touch, stop. Stop. 3, stop robot. I'm writing in pseudocode. How awesome is that? I'm teaching you guys pseudocode. You know, you can go home tonight and you can say, Mum, Dad, I learned the coolest thing ever. It's pseudocode. And they'll be like, oh yeah, that's great. Yeah, so that's pseudocode. Yeah, we'll do it next year. Don't worry. Alright, thanks for watching and good luck with the challenges. Adios.